Stevenson Bowling Arena. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Neal alongside my partner, Barry Booker, and welcome to Knoxville, Tennessee. And Barry, this Tennessee team last year won an SEC East championship. They expect more this year. A lot of people think this team is not only one of the best in the country, but they certainly have a chance to win an SEC championship. But when it's all said and done, they like to rely on a guy named Tyler Smith to make things happen.
Yeah, this is an experienced team, and Tyler Smith leads the way, especially offensively for this club. He is a great scorer, averaged over 16 a game last year, and he's leading the way this year as well with 14 in the opener against Austin Peay. But what he does best is get into the lane, create opportunities for his teammates to score. He's led this club in assists the last couple of years, and his play getting into the lane creates opportunities for guys like Scotty Hobson, who scored 20 points in each of the exhibition games, 16 in the opener for Tennessee. The Vols need his hot shooting if they're going to have a good year this year.
Bruce Pearl always worried about the energy level. We'll see if his club can bring it today. Scotty Hobson and the rest of the company brought it on game number 1 against Austin Peay. Hobson had a phenomenal game, played 24 minutes. He saw those numbers, but he did it all from outside, inside, all over the floor. Who will help Scotty Hobson tonight? We will find out. Stay with us. And those Bulldog fans out there, you will notice 2 omissions. Matt Dickey, the sophomore guard, not in the starting lineup, will play tonight. John Williams not in the starting lineup for game number 2 here, still bothered by a stomach bug. So Bernard Jackson and Sean Smith in that starting lineup tonight, along with J.P. Prim, Chris Stevenson, and company. Now for Tennessee, it's the group that started against Austin Peay. Bobby Mays, Scotty Hobson, J.P. Prince, Tyler Smith, and Wayne Chisholm in the middle. A very veteran group with 4 seniors in that starting lineup. Tyler Smith had a huge game against UNC Asheville last year with a triple-double. We'll have more on that as this game unfolds. 10th-ranked Tennessee hosting the UNC Asheville Bulldogs. It's some SEC basketball. The tip is just around the corner.
From UNC Asheville.
J.P. Prince, top of the key, inside to Smith. Left-handed layup, no good. Here come the Bulldogs.
Good challenge on that shot by Eric Stubbs.
Taken away by Tennessee. Good hands defensively from Scotty Hobson. And Hobson answers back, knocks down the 3.
He is shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. 4 for 6 from three-point range in the opener. 6 of 8 overall from the field, but 4 three-pointers tied his career high. No hesitation on that last three-point attempt.
Here's Jackson. Off to Smith. Jackson just threw it up, trying to draw a foul. Didn't happen.
Here at UNC Asheville.
Talk about a guy that gets a lot of respect from his coaching peers. It's that man, Eddie Biedenbach. Hobson got baseline, threw it back to Prince. Here's Hobson. Mays wide open. That's a 3. That's perfect.
Well done by Scotty Hobson there. The dribble penetration, setting up Mays for the three-point shooting opportunity. Well done by the Vol offense.
Off to Smith. Here's Stevenson getting the start tonight over Matt Dickey. Taken away by Tennessee. Smith underneath to Mays. His reverse layup is good.
Pretty pass by Tyler Smith, finding the opening, the window to fit it in there to Bobby Mays. Vols off to a hot start.
Here's J.P. Prim, the 6'1 sophomore out of Dixon, Tennessee. Stevenson now at the top, guarded by Mays. Asheville with 3 possessions and 2 turnovers, make it 4 possessions and 3 turnovers.
Aggressive D by the Vols, quick hands.
A little too strong by Hobson. Easy pick by Hobson. Back the other way. Keeps the dribble alive and is fouled underneath the basket. Eric Stubbs will pick up the personal, but Barry, if Coach Pearl was concerned about his energy level, I think Tennessee has been energized out of the locker room.
Coach Pearl going for his 100th win at Tennessee. That would be the fastest of any previous volunteer coach to get to 100 wins. And the fastest, there are 3 others in the SEC with 100 wins, active coaches. Coach Pearl, the quickest by a long shot if he gets the win tonight.
Hobson to the free throw line, connects. Scotty last year 62% at the line, missed both of his free throw attempts against Austin Peay, so that's free throw number 1 made by the sophomore out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Hobson led the Vols last year in three-point shooting, 36%, made 46 threes, also led the team in that category. His three-point shooting will be key for this volunteer club this year. They were a poor three-point shooting team last year, and Hobson so far has shot it very well from three-point range.
Williams steps on the sideline, another turnover. Last year when UNC Asheville played Tennessee, they only turned it over 10 times in the game. Big difference here in 2009.
Yeah, turnovers have been a problem for this team. They had several games last year where they were games, and they are well on their way to cracking the 20 barrier tonight.
5 already here in the opening moments for the Bulldogs. Tyler Smith out of the corner. It's 13-0. Excuse me, Wayne Chisholm knocks down the 3, 13-0. Here's Goins with the steal. Off the bench. And the junior transferred in from San Jacinto Junior College, making the Bulldogs pay. A 30-second timeout taken by UNC Asheville. It's 15-0.
Mercy. 12 points off the 6 UNC Asheville turnovers, and Tennessee knocking down three-point shots. They've been aggressive, getting the ball into the paint, getting it around the basket. When they've gotten those turnovers, the Vols clicking on all cylinders so far tonight.
Wayne Chisholm last year shot 128 three-pointers, attempted 128.
From your starting center. And Chisholm, he is a solid three-point shooter. I think last year he was behind the three-point line a little bit too much, but this club had no one else to turn to stretch a defense. Chisholm was probably their most consistent three-point shooter last season.
Tennessee 5 out of 7 to start the game from the floor, 3 out of 3 from behind the arc. Meanwhile, UNC Asheville 6 turnovers. They've only attempted 1 field goal, and they missed that obviously.
UNC Asheville, they like to score early or push the ball down the court, trying to get quick opportunities, but if they don't get that, they typically run a lot of clock.
Brim had a good chance. He got to the iron, couldn't go down. Tyler Smith. Brian Williams checks in, by the way, as does Tatum for Tennessee. Tyler Smith will kick it out to the corner. Another 3 on the way. It's perfect from Scotty Hobson, as are the Vols from behind the arc.
Tyler Smith creating that shooting opportunity, getting into the lane. Hobson continues to roll from beyond the three-point line.
Here's Dickey on the floor for the first time tonight. He struggled against Charlotte in the opening game for Asheville. 1 out of 7 from the floor, and Tyler Smith with a hand. So Bruce Pearl's Volunteers have played some solid D while knocking down their shots. They're blanking the Bulldogs, 18-0. Tennessee returns 95% of their points and 95% of their rebounds from a year ago. And when you can bring back that kind of experience, good things generally happen. And they're also knocking down some shots, Barry.
That always helps. When you're banging it home from 20 feet out, that's nice. Hobson a 3. Bobby Mays drilling a 3. Here's Wayne Chisholm out of the corner, and Scotty Hobson again. The ball's perfect from beyond the three-point line, 4 for 4, 6 of 8 on the night from the field overall, and those 12 points off turnovers. Tennessee rolling so far in this.
Scotty Hobson is 6 out of 8 in a game and some change this season. Last year shot 35% from behind the arc. I think the offseason work has paid off for Scotty Hobson, at least here in the early part of the schedule.
Yeah, he is shooting it very well. I'm still watching him in shoot-arounds. He gets the ball on the palm of his hand. I think he's going to have a hard time being a consistently good three-point shooter the way he shoots the ball now.
That'll be 9 possessions, 7 turnovers for the Bulldogs.
UNC Asheville missing their preseason conference player of the year candidate, John Williams, a power forward, out with the stomach bug. And UNC Asheville, well, no, he's on the court. He's out there right now.
Oh! Came up with a block shot. He had 76 of those a year ago. Going off the backboard. Boy, he can elevate in a hurry.
JP Prim for Asheville getting that block shot of a three-point attempt from Goins. And Goins stayed with it.
On the floor for Tennessee, Skylar McBee, the freshman out of Rutledge, Tennessee.
A key player for the ball, Skylar McBee, number 13. He is a consistently very good three-point shooter, the best shooter on this team.
Here's Turner, keeps it alive, fouled by Williams. So here's a chance for the Bulldogs to break the seal on the scoreboard.
Damn
game.
Oh, 7 in hoops.
Right.
Got to get you shifted gears.
I'm just trying to make it seem a little bit more attainable.
Oh, man.
14:53 to go, and it is now.
Also in football, they'll tell you that those first points are the hardest ones to get. You go a while with that 0 on the scoreboard. It's hard to break the seal. UNC Asheville, let's see if John Williams can get it done for him here. A derisive cheer on the way from the Ball faithful.
Williams back on the bench as Turner knocks down 1 out of 2, so it's 20-1.
And they didn't even cheer for him.
Tatum fires. Tennessee is burning the nets tonight here in Knoxville. And another turnover by the Bulldogs.
My goodness. The Vols smoking hot from three-point range, playing incredible defense, pressuring the Bulldogs into turnover after turnover. Tennessee in complete control.
5 3-pointers for Tennessee.
Zone defense from UNC Asheville at this point. We'll try anything different. Let's change it up somehow.
Williams, baseline. Well, that's a good looking move, and he's lost a few extra pounds from last year.
More than 100 pounds lost since he arrived here in Knoxville. So Brian Williams playing very well, coming off the bench this year.
And a foul on Tatum against Smith. Good strong move by Brian Williams down that baseline a moment ago.
Good patience by Tennessee working against the zone defense. Skylar McBee, a nice pass inside. Brian Williams, a nice finish.
Tennessee last year forced opponents into 15 turnovers per game. They've already forced 8 by Asheville tonight. Cunningham, good offensive.
Had to adjust to that throughout the year. They pressed less, but eventually got it figured out a little bit. Had a good year, of course, winning the SEC East, co-champs in the SEC East, making the SEC tournament final for the first time in a generation since '91. But this team, I think, better equipped to play Bruce Pearl ball, to get out and press, to knock down three-point shots, play up-tempo. Should be a fun year here in Knoxville with this club.
Chisholm, left-hander. That goes down. 5 for Wayne.
And with Tennessee banging home three-point shots. UNC Asheville trying to extend their defense. The Vols showing great patience, great unselfishness, getting the basketball inside, getting those easy scoring opportunities for the big guys.
Prim gets it off to Cunningham. His shot a little too strong. McBee has the basketball, gets it off to Wayne Chisholm. Tatum gets hit on the three, on the arm. But a foul on the inside.
Coach Farrell says Kenny Hall is his best offensive rebounder as a freshman. The Vols led the SEC in offensive rebounding last year. You can see Kenny Hall's numbers from high school. A little different world out here in the SEC. I think that's the biggest difference for Tennessee. They relied on quite a few freshmen. Hobson, Woolridge, those guys played big minutes for this club last year, as well as Bobby Mays, a first-year junior college transfer. But that experience that they gained last year, a lot of the same players, but they will be much better after a year of experience.
Still no field goals for UNC Asheville. And they will head back to the free throw. UNC Asheville started to foul a little bit. Charlotte won the game at the line. They made 33 out of 40 free throws, did Charlotte, to knock off the Bulldogs a couple of nights ago.
Made 18 foul shots coming down the stretch of that game. It turned a close game. UNC Asheville right there in it. But Charlotte pulled away big time by knocking down their fouls. 0.9 points per possession is good. Nearly 2 is off the charts.
That's where they're at right now.
The Vols typically have about 70 possessions per game, so they keep up this pace. They'll score 135 or so. Might win this game.
Prince hangs in the air, off the window. Prince nearly had a steal. Slapped it off his own shoulder. But this inbounds has been a real problem for Asheville. Since 2006, Tennessee has forced 346 turnovers off inbounds plays. That pressure's caused 67 turnovers or timeouts and 33 5-second calls.
The ball is just incredible, applying that pressure. Once you get it in, they typically drop back, so it's hard to score against their press, which is what you typically want to do, attack a press, get those open opportunities, but Tennessee presses you on that inbounds pass. When they got 5 defenders against your 4 inbounds, they have done a great job forcing those turnovers on the out-of-bounds play.
Mays misfires, long rebound to Prince in the lane. Hall can't complete. Back come the Bulldogs.
Lead by Eric Stubbs that time for UNC Asheville to turn away Kenny Hall.
Stubbs, little jump hook, left it short. Loose ball on the floor. Can Tyler Smith save it? Yes, he can. Prince, round to Mays. Tough shot for Bobby Mays. .07 to go in the opening half. Bobby Mays and company. Very balanced performance offensively for Tennessee. It is 31-5.
An oil change.
Look at some of the history of Tennessee basketball here at Thompson Bowling Arena. They're making some history tonight, are the Vols. 31-5. They led 20-0. 11:07 to go in the first half, and Tennessee is clicking on both ends of the floor, but specifically on the offensive side.
Very unselfish tonight by the Tennessee Vols. They are moving around, getting very good shots each trip down the court. Chisholm with that 3. McBee, a nice pass inside. But Tennessee, 7 assists so far tonight. Moving it very well, inside, outside, getting great shooting opportunities. 9 assists, excuse me, for the Vols. 7 players have at least 1.
You know what I've been impressed with is even with this big lead, Tennessee's still patient offensively. They're not in this one pass and shoot it mode.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys like me would start thinking about, hey, it's a blowout. I can get some stats tonight.
Right.
I can start jacking it up. But Tennessee has avoided that, playing very, very unselfish basketball.
Oh, Cameron Tatum, or excuse me, Scotty Hobson nearly had the walk-away dunk, but this is the other thing, Barry, about this team. There are like 11 guys that can play quality minutes. So I think each time you're on the floor for Tennessee, if you don't perform, you're costing yourself minutes.
Yeah, if you don't go all out, get after it on the defensive end of the court especially, that's what it's all about with this Tennessee team. That's how you use your depth. Put that defensive pressure on, use the energy that you have to wear the other team down so that in the second half you can pull away.
Foul on Prince, that is 8-team trail, but it'll seem like a long trip on the way home unless the Bulldogs can find some offense. Hobson, long three is perfect. I don't think he anticipated that going down. The way he released it, he thought it was off the mark.
I know, I didn't anticipate it going down. He's a foot beyond the three-point line. Just Tennessee, everything is going for the ball.
Williams, that won't go. Tapped around, Smith has it.
UNC Asheville still without a field goal.
Loose ball taken by Mays. Ball's out on the run. Hobson, can he do it again? Yes, he can. Give him 14. He is 4 out of 4 from behind the arc.
And bringing back memories of a guy who wore the number 5 from the state of Kentucky here in Knoxville until 2 years ago, the great Chris Lofton. Scotty Hobson looking great from beyond that three-point line.
10 minutes, 15 seconds without a field goal by the Bulldogs. They are now 0 for 11. Up ahead to Prince. There's a jam.
Unbelievable.
I think what happened to Mississippi State in losing and what happened to Kentucky last night and getting a scare kind of woke up a lot of the other teams around the country here in the November and December part of these schedules.
Yeah, forget about the names on the jerseys. This is a huge game for UNC Asheville. If you encourage them early, let them stay in the game, they'll think they can win. They'll start believing more and more. Tennessee has come out from the very beginning and dropped the hammer on these Bulldogs.
Zero turnovers for Tennessee. They have made 68% of their field goals, 15 out of 22. They're 7 out of 10 from behind the arc. They've won the rebound battle by just one, 10-9 in that department. Nice looking fall away from Wayne Chisholm.
And the basket looks like an ocean. Everything they toss up there is hitting bottom.
Here's some more pressure from Tennessee. Williams lost the handle. Like he got
unbelievable.
Still Bulldogs basketball. Still looking for that field goal. And Cunningham is out of bounds. There is another turnover off an inbounds play. It is truly amazing how effective Tennessee has been in that department under Bruce Pearl. Nobody else in the country is as dominant at that part of the game.
And Bruce Pearl looks at it as, I got 5 defenders against 4 guys on the court. I ought to be able to cover them and cover them well. A very effective strategy by the Vols over these 4+ years under Coach Pearl. Hey, they missed a shot. What's going on? An empty possession.
Cunningham, Stevenson in the lane, still no field goal. That'll take us to a timeout. 35-point lead for Tennessee in the opening half. Didn't see this coming. Back in a moment. Well, the home folks have enjoyed what they have seen to this point as the Vols lead by 35, which gives us an opportunity to talk about our Toyota trivia question. What 3 teams ranked higher nationally last season in Tennessee in average attendance? Look, I think, tell you what, let's give them 2 and let them think about it. You want to give them 2 or no?
Well, let's let them let that stew for a little while. They don't have so much else to think about. How about this, Dave? Tennessee on a pace. 12 minutes into this game, Tennessee's on a pace to score 135 points. UNC Asheville with 6 on a pace to score 19.
Hobson leads everybody with 14. He continues his hot performance. Had 16 in the opener against Austin Peay. Woolridge getting his first action. Did not play in the opener. Little runner, no good. Chisholm fouled on the way back up. Woolridge, glad to see him on the floor. He's a young man that's been just battling all kinds of little knick-knack type of injuries. Bad ankle, also has been having some teeth issues. Yeah. He's been, as Bruce Pearl told us today, he's been in the dentist like every day this week getting some dental work done. And
wisdom teeth removed, root canals. He has a wrist problem that was the primary reason he was out for the opener. He handles the ball well, shoots it well. He is going to be a force for these Volunteers before his days are done here in Knoxville.
He talked about how a lot of folks around the area had, some members of the media had written some articles about Ronaldo and, you know, would he fit into this team? How much would he play? Had he fallen out of the good graces of his coach? And Coach Pearl said he took all that stuff personally, and it really affected him. And it was untrue. I mean, Coach Pearl said he is a valuable
luxury for Coach Pearl. He's your 11th guy. Good Lord, the other 10 are incredible.
Right. And I think that's the point, is that there is no real 7 through 11 with this team. It changes nightly. McBee, nice pump fake. And then a push by Woolridge on the rebound. Watch at the free throw line. They're 6 out of 8 from the stripe, but they've yet to make a field goal. McBee with his second rebound. Schuyler all the way to the basket. Shots blocked. I got to tell you something. Watching John Williams, when I looked at the stats getting ready for this game, and I saw that a guy that's 6'4" had 76 blocks last year, averaged 2.5 per game, I was shocked. Thought it was a typo. Yeah. But now that I've had a chance to watch him elevate, I can see why.
He just keeps going and going, and got a chance to be the all-time leader in block shots in UNC Asheville history.
At 6'4".
Yeah. Power forward. Some kind of player. You can tell though he's still not his usual self. Not looking like the candidate for Conference Player of the Year that he is. Out there for his club tonight, not feeling well, but giving it a go with his team struggling.
Still without a field goal. Working on 14 minutes. And another turnover, a traveling violation. That is number 11. Boy, Bruce Pearl's defense is, you know, it's early in the season. It's only game number 2. But it is a different looking defense than I recall from last year.
Yeah, there's more quickness on the court for this Tennessee team. They're playing a little bit smaller group of players. Last year they had Brian Williams in the starting lineup along with Chisholm and Tyler Smith. They were such a big team that they weren't able to get out and press as much as this group is able to do.
Woolridge with a three-point opportunity. Alexi with the foul.
And again, Tennessee moving the basketball extremely well. Very unselfish there. Brian Williams dropping it off. Ronaldo Woolridge, the easy finish.
Williams with the rebound. 47-6. 47-6. That doesn't sound right.
I believe they're 6 scores down at this point, Dave, by your calculation.
Thank you. Williams, jump ball, arrow favors the Bulldogs. I mean, this Bulldog basketball team expected to finish second in the Big South Conference. Last year they went 15-16, but surprised some folks, finished 10-8 in conference play. They finished 4th in the regular season standings.
Picked 9th preseason. This is no pushover with Tennessee making them look like an absolute cupcake.
Another chance coming up for the Bulldogs. Winner ride. Up ahead. Tatum with the flush.
With authority, Cameron Tatum throwing it down.
Still no field goal for Asheville. 0 for 17. Book, you and I have done a lot of games. I don't remember an 0 for 17 stretch ever.
No, and stuck on 6 for a long time. That's a block.
Tatum will be charged for the block, but he will also be charged for the 2 on the other end.
Man, hammering it home and getting DJ Cunningham in the picture for the poster.
That is the 3rd foul on Cameron Tatum. Smith able to connect on the free throw. So Tatum with 3 fouls will head to the bench.
Tennessee about to crack 50. Still 5 minutes to play in the first half.
Boy, the numbers, those are not typos.
That's going in.
McBee, no good. That's going in. A tap from Williams. Yeah, flat shot from McBee on the 3.
You don't get an easier opportunity than that inside-out situation. McBee wide open. I'm stunned that he couldn't get that one down. It's he is having head issues at this point.
Well, Tennessee has made more field goals than Asheville has attempted tonight. It's 19-17 in that department.
Turnovers nearly at that level for Asheville. That'd be at 13 at this point.
13-0 in the turnover department.
Whew. That'll get you behind 52-8. Mercy.
So Woolridge makes it 53. 53 points for Tennessee. 4:41 to go in the opening half.
Well, their pace has slowed a little bit. They're only on about a 130-point clip at this point. The pace of the game is slowed. They backed the press off a little bit.
Out of the corner. That's no good. McBee hits the floor.
Got one. Oh.
That won't go. 0 for 19. The follow by Williams is good.
I was sure Terrence Turner was going to make that layup, break the field goal drought for UNC Asheville, but it continues.
Up ahead to McBee. He'll back it out. Here's Bobby Mays. 3:45 to go. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible what is happening in this building tonight. Bobby Mays.
But what do you say? What do you say during this timeout if you're Eddie Biedenbach?
I don't know. I've been in a lot of really bad church league games that haven't been this one-sided.
Not this bad.
Yeah. 57-8, 3:31 here in the first half. Let's revisit our Southeast Toyota trivia question. And we asked you, Tennessee finished last season ranked 4th nationally in average attendance for the 3rd straight year, by the way. Can you name the 3 teams that averaged more than the Vols a year ago?
Kentucky, for sure. I'm going to say North Carolina, then Syracuse. Of course, having read this and
in the notes, right? Yeah. You got it anyway without that.
I think I'd have gotten 2 of them.
Tennessee has now scored on 26 of 31 possessions. They have 1 turnover in the game, 15 assists on 21 made field goals.
Yeah, sharing the basketball. And 15 assists would be a very good night.
Yeah, last year,
we're not even halfway through.
They averaged 16 assists, which was 2nd best in the league a year ago.
They're clicking, very unselfish. I think that's the most encouraging news from this ball game is they are moving the ball around extremely well. There we go, Dave. We have a field goal.
16 minutes and 52 seconds. 16 minutes and 52 seconds. You know, and that's not just, obviously Asheville had missed a few shots, but they weren't easy shots. I mean, a lot of that credit should go to Tennessee in that regard.
Yeah, they forced the 13 turnovers and contested everything from UNC Asheville at the defensive end of the court.
2:39 to go before intermission. That foul on Cunningham will get us to a break. Here's the first basket. Field goal for Asheville.
I think our experience and confidence level. I mean, last year we was a new team and a bunch of new starters, and I don't think the guys really knew how to win like we do now. I mean, our effort has changed, and our confidence coming into a game, we just feel so much better about going out and playing. It's so much different.
Well, Scotty Hobson hit it right on the head. The energy level, the desire to play on both ends of the floor. I mean, you know, we haven't played a full half here today, but it is so apparent to me that the focus of this team is much greater than it was last year.
And that largely comes from experience, Dave. You got 4 seniors, 4 senior starters. You have 5 juniors on this club. And I think that's the difference between this Tennessee team and the Kentucky team. I think Tennessee is the best team in the SEC today because of that experience factor. They've been through the wars. They know what it takes. Kentucky is phenomenally talented. I think by the time we get to postseason play, the Wildcats will be the best team in the league. But today, this veteran ball club is the league's best.
Here's Cunningham, will spin move. Dickey fires, left it short. His shooting woes continue. Smith stepped out of bounds. It'll belong to Tennessee with 2:07 to play before halftime.
Bobby Mays congratulating the official on the correct call and taking a turnover out of the books for him.
Prince. Hobson. The guy's unstoppable right now. We're getting a glimpse of why he was one of the most sought-after high school players 2 years ago.
5 made three-point field goals. It's his career high.
5 out of 5 is Hobson from behind the arc. Tennessee as a team has knocked down 8 out of 13 three-pointers. Hobson comes up with a loose ball. It is a full run out by Tennessee, and Tyler Smith will throw it down. 63-10. Smith, entry pass. Turner, scoop shot, second field goal by the Bulldogs.
Terrence Turner has made them both. UNC Asheville trims it to a 51-point margin.
Here's Hall, spins on Cunningham, and he traveled with it.
I like that Scotty Hobson didn't squeeze off that three-point shot. You know, a lot of times you make a few three-pointers, you're feeling it, you just start jacking them up, wait until you miss one. But Hobson that time fed his teammate, got it to Kenny Hall inside. A very good sign for this Volunteer club that they are playing very unselfish basketball, even in a blowout situation.
So Tyler Smith having a chat with the youngster, Kenny Hall, who will pick up that foul underneath. Got a little frustrated. Tyler walks over and says, "Come on, young fella. You're going to get frustrated a lot your rookie year."
Away from the ball, he just threw DJ Cunningham to the court.
Speaking of freshmen, boy, the staff is high on DJ Cunningham at the free throw line. Cunningham averaged 23 points, 17 rebounds as a high school senior. Also 7 blocks and 5 assists out of Waterford, Ohio. 6'10", 240 pounds, just a youngster.
Dave, you mentioned earlier this UNC Asheville club picked second in the Big South Conference, coming off a good year last year. Most of those players back from last year's team. Tennessee just
got a little eye contact with Bobby Mays. He was standing up here next to me, looked at me like, "How you like this?" Well, if I'm a Tennessee fan and I bought a ticket, I would enjoy this.
Quite an exhibition put on by the mighty Vols so far in this one. Number 10 ranked team in the country.
That is 10 team fouls now on Asheville, number 2 on Turner, and Prince will step to the free throw line. In and out for JP. The Vols at the line now 9 out of 12. 17 assists on 23 made baskets.
It's all going right so far for the Vols tonight.
Most points scored in the half by Tennessee was 72 back in 1979 against Florida. So that record will stay intact, but this will be the 4th largest point total if it stays at 64 for Tennessee. They might move tied for second here. Well, with 13 seconds left, Dickey has a chance. He'll kick it to the corner. Alexi shot off the mark. Well, here's a chance to tie for second most points in a half in Tennessee history, as who else but Scotty Hobson flushes one home. Hobson with an exclamation point in the first half. He was phenomenal. 5 out of 5 from behind the arc. 19 points for Scotty Hobson. And the Vols have the second biggest one-half point total in school history at 66 points. They limit Asheville to 2 of 26 from the floor. That was about as complete a half as you will ever see at any level of basketball. Our halftime activities are just around the corner. Stay with us.
I'm Dr. Love.
You know, they just did little things well.
And played like a very mature basketball team. You mentioned they didn't get sloppy. They didn't start forcing shots. The ball movement in that first half was outstanding. Wayne Chisholm there knocking out a 3. There's McBee passing up a shot that he could have taken to feed it inside to Brian Williams. Hobson, his hot first half, yet he feeds it inside to an open Wayne Chisholm. And there's Brian Williams taking a feed from Cameron Tatum. They moved it extremely well. Very unselfish basketball and just a stellar performance in every respect by the Vols in the first half.
All right, Barry, when we continue with our Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report, you and I will take a long look at the SEC Eastern Division. I think Tennessee waking up a few folks tonight.
Blimpie has been a part of America's tradition for over 40 years. Our subs are made with fresh baked breads, quality meats and cheeses sliced to order. Taste the difference freshness makes. Blimpie, America's sub shop.
An oil change? Eh, that can wait. It's not a big deal. I mean, I can do it now, do it in a few months. What's the worst that can happen, right?
every
in the first half, 66-14 as we continue with the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. Dave Neal back alongside my partner, Barry Booker, and the stats don't lie, folks. It's been all Tennessee, which certainly serves notice to the rest of the SEC's Eastern Division. Now, coming into the season, a lot of people expected Tennessee to compete for an SEC championship and certainly ranked 10th in the country. But, you know, when you look at the top two teams perhaps in the East, it's really a battle right now early on with Tennessee and Kentucky.
And I think Tennessee, with their experience, I give them a slight edge over Kentucky as far as racing for the Eastern Division title. You know, they are a very veteran team. Tyler Smith, a unanimous first-team All-SEC pick. But the big story in the SEC is Kentucky. With John Calipari coming into the league, that great freshman class that they have at Kentucky, the Wildcats are going to be fun and interesting to watch all year long.
Well, the Wildcats finished 71st last year in their RPI. At the end of the year, they broke a string of 17 straight seasons in the NCAA tournament, so a lot to prove for this Kentucky team this year. When you talk about some other teams trying to make a case for top spot in the East, you got to look at Vanderbilt and South Carolina. I think the Commodores might be the best unknown team, if you will, in this league.
Yeah, they got A.J. Ogilvy, a big-time scorer inside to build around, a veteran point guard as well, and Jermaine Beal, all 5 starters back. The Commodores are very athletic and very flexible. They have size, they have shooting on this team. They're going to be fun. And Devin Downey at South Carolina, the league's best point guard, the top returning scorer in the SEC. With him, you have a chance to be special because of what he can do, Downey that is, defensively and offensively.
Well, the Florida Gators last year finished 25-11, 9-7 in the SEC, but back-to-back NIT appearances after back-to-talent. Only 3 teams made it to the NCAA tournament last year in the Southeastern Conference, one of the fewest numbers since back in the mid-'70s. I think all that is out the window book. There's a chance that there could be 6, 7, maybe 8 if things play out well, that this could go to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, only 1 from the East making it to the NCAAs last year with Tennessee, and at least 4 with Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee. All 4 should be in the NCAAs this year.
Well, I know this. For you and I, it'll be a lot of fun this year as we go through the coming months with some SEC basketball. Well, here it's been all fun if you're a Tennessee Volunteer fan. Not so much fun if you're an Asheville fan. It's 66-14. Back in a moment.
Your family has its own rhythm and its own reasons to save money, save time, and save for the future. Whatever your reason, Regions makes savings simpler. Life Green checking and savings are a great way to start, featuring free convenient e-services, up to a $250 annual savings account bonus, and a free personal savings review. So make the switch today and get your family into the rhythm of saving. Regions, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Hey,
Ben Roethlisberger.
those Nike Air Marauder Ds you got there let you show your team colors. They're also lightweight and help you be agile. Which is crucial when you're moving around in the pocket. Got it?
Yeah, man.
The Nike Air Marauder D cleats only at Dick's Sporting Goods. Better athlete, better team.
As fans of the SEC,
we share the bond of pride.
It's where generations of faithful have
undying devotion to their teams.
Carrying flags, bearing colors, and wearing passion on our sleeves. I'm happy to be part of this SEC family.
I'm proud to pass on our rich tradition. Let's keep and preserve what is special.
Sportsmanship. We all have a part to play.
Tonight on the Final Score presented by Burger King, 2 of the NBA's best square-off as Kevin Durant and Dwayne Wade go head-to-head when the Thunder and Heat battle. Plus, on the college hardwood, it's a rematch of the 2008 National Championship game when the Memphis Tigers and Kansas Jayhawks clash. And Alexander Ovechkin is expected to make his return to the ice as the Capitals take on the Rangers. For all the day's highlights in 30 minutes, it's the Final Score.
I think SEC basketball now is a tradition. It's competitive, the best of the best. Perception-wise, it's football league. But I think you look at the fact of LSU's been to a Final Four recently. We've been to Final Fours recently. Kentucky's been to Final Fours. You look at the league and what everybody's done inside the league, it's really been remarkable. I think that this league for a long, long time has been as good as any league in the country.
Hello, I'm Dr. Perry McCowan, pastor of Second Presbyterian Church in downtown Chattanooga, and it is a privilege to be a pastor in the Presbyterian Church USA. We celebrate Jesus Christ as the only true Lord and Savior. We embrace the Bible as God's Word and our guide for living. We value the gifts of men and women in positions of church leadership. It is my prayer that you will consider joining us in this great adventure that God has planned for Second Presbyterian Church and the Presbyterian Church USA.
Tired of the same gym classes? Need to cut back on expensive personal trainer fees? Now work out in the comfort of your own home for free. All you need is digital cable. Just tune to Exercise TV on demand to find hundreds of free workouts each month, or go online to exercisetv.tv. You'll never get bored with Exercise TV. Quick, time-efficient workouts are added each month to categories like abs, walking, dance, and yoga, and you'll be working out with the hottest trainers. So skip the crowded gym. Stay home and get fit for free on demand with Exercise TV.
Proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Try Chick-fil-A's Peppermint Chocolate Chip Milkshake, available only for the holidays.
At the intersection of life and learning, you could conduct neonatal research, invent computer technologies, connect people, launch new products, increase longevity, improve the environment, prevent diseases, discover cures, develop new fuels and energy applications in national labs that lead the world. At the intersection of life and learning. Find direction at the SEC and the SECacademicnetwork.com.
The rest of the coaches have kind of a disadvantage, being as they have no chance, because it's Bear Bryant.
Well, it's got to be Bear Bryant.
You got to say Bear Bryant.
I mean, I don't think there's any debating that.
He is football in the South.
Just longevity. What he did for the league, and the hat. I mean, the hat says it all.
I think in college football, he might be the best head coach ever.
SEC football on Fox Sports South. This is big.
Scotty Hobson, and Hobson.
And the hat. I mean, the hat says it all.
I think in college football, he might be the best head coach ever.
SEC football on Fox Sports South. This is big.
Scotty Hobson, and Hobson. (66-14). 10th-ranked Tennessee having their way with the UNC Asheville Bulldogs to this point. Dave Neal and Barry Booker with you. 20 more minutes of basketball. By the way, if you're wondering, the all-time point total, 121, that Tennessee scored against Long Beach State back in 2007. So,
NCAA tourney game, first round. Chris Lofton putting up some big numbers in that one.
But if you're UNC Asheville, Eddie Biedenbaugh's been around before. I mean, what do you tell your team in the locker room? How do you try to gain confidence, if you can, in a situation like this?
Now, what you do here is you say, okay, guys, it's nothing. Let's forget about the first half. Let's just go out and compete, see what we can do against one of the best teams in the country. We are better than we played in the first half. Let's start from nothing, and let's outplay these guys from right here.
That'd be an 8-possession football game, right?
That is correct.
Simplify the numbers. Well, at least this Tennessee basketball team taking some of the attention away from what was a difficult week last week from the Tennessee football team, and not only off the field but on the field with a loss to Ole Miss, but still been a positive year overall, I would think. If you're a Tennessee football fan, it looks like your football team's headed in the right direction.
Yeah. Bowl eligible. played Alabama to the wall.
Need one more. Need one more.
Okay.
Need one more. I got Vandy coming to town this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Here's Hobson. To Chisholm.
Scotty Hobson. My goodness, 4 assists now for him in the ball game. Playing with extreme confidence in this ball game.
Reverse layup, no good. Remember, it took 16 minutes and 52 seconds for the Bulldogs to score their first field goal. Brent's in traffic, offensive foul, which will lead us, Barry, to an interesting aspect, a new rule this year in college basketball. I'd like to get your thoughts on it, and that is the block charge call in the paint under the rim where the defender can't set up shop underneath the rim. There's an imaginary circle that he has to be out in front of. That just, to me, is a difficult call for an official as Tyler Smith picks up the personal foul. But, you know, your take on that, there's an imaginary now semicircle underneath the rim.
And I'm going to need, honestly, a little more help, a little more explanation, because it's been for the last few years that if you're underneath the basket, you can't draw a charge. So I'm going to need some clarification as to, you know, what the change is.
Well, it's out. The line would be a little bit further out from the iron.
Okay.
And the problem that is that there is a semicircle on NBA floors. You see it all the time. But why the NCAA wouldn't institute a semicircle in the college game is beyond me.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier
for these guys, right? Because it now becomes the block charge is already a judgment call.
Yep.
Okay. Now you're making them make 2 judgment calls on one play, because now they have to anticipate, was the guy a few feet out from underneath the rim or not?
Well, then if you do have that line on the court, it becomes a challenge to, okay, now I've got to call the block charge and I've got to determine whether his feet were outside of that line that's on the court. So
at least you have the visual. At least you have the visual
aid, yeah.
Dwayne Chisholm will pick up the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
Tennessee got UNC Asheville into the bonus pretty early in the first half. The only way Asheville was able to score a few points getting to the foul line, they had 10 points from the line, and Tennessee already with 3 fouls so far in the second half. So far in the second half, Dave, UNC Asheville ahead 3-2. Outplaying the ball so far here in the second half.
Baby steps.
Yes. Small victories.
Hobson lines it up again. I mean, this is a clinic on 3-point shooting for Scotty Hobson. He is now 6 out of 6 from behind the arc.
Quite a shooting exhibition.
Brim in and out. That's how it's gone pretty much all evening for Asheville. Mays all the way in to traffic. Boy, nice touch from Bobby Mays.
The balls continue to roll.
Mays with 9 in the game. Chisholm had the rebound, lost it. Stevenson can't get it to go down. Loose ball on the floor. Tatum has it. Splits a couple of blue jerseys. Hobson to the basket, count it. Hobson is having a night.
Career high. He is, I believe, at 24 at this point. Scotty Hobson knifing into the lane with his size. He is outstanding when he goes to the basket, but now he has added outstanding 3-point shooting to that ability to slash into the lane and score around the basket. He will be a very difficult cover this year in the Southeastern Conference if he continues to shoot it that way.
His career high was 22 against Gonzaga last year on January 7th. He has looked, 21 against Mississippi State last year. And he has now shattered that. 25 in the game for Hobson. He's missed 1 shot.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. Missed a little floater from 15 in the first half, but otherwise, nothing but net.
Here's Smith, guarded by Tatum. Cunningham with it. Boy, this man-to-man defense has been really good. Boy, J.P. Prim had to work hard, but it looked good, kissing it off the windows.
J.P. Prim from Dixon, Tennessee, so you know this is a big one for him going against his state school. Hadn't gone the way he envisioned.
Tennessee now 10 out of 15 from behind the arc as Tatum knocks down that three, give him 8. Here's Smith. Prim, the putback. JP turning it up a notch here in the second half. JP's got 7.
And an eruption as far as scoring for UNC Asheville. Tennessee keeping it going as well.
Tatum with back-to-back threes. Boy, look at the numbers for Tennessee from behind the arc. That foul on Bobby Mays, his first.
Stellar defense all night by Tennessee, holding UNC Asheville at only 21 points. Tennessee only gave up 53 in their opener against Austin Peay. Just dominating these UNC Asheville Bulldogs at the defensive end tonight.
Dickey, he makes the shot. Boy, he's been struggling. He is now 2 out of 10 this season. Was 1 for 7 in the opening game. They'll need him to get his shot going if they want to be successful in the Big South this season. Here's Dickey. Got hung up and traveled with it. 18 turnovers. Well, in the first half, it was Scotty Hobson going crazy from behind the arc. Now Tatum picking up the slack. He's 2 out of 2 this half. It's all Volunteers, 82-23.
It's the best.
Yes, back inside Thompson Bowling Arena where that is the score, 82-23. Wow. Well, Scotty Hobson has been sensational tonight. Was good in game number 1, has been even better in game number 2 as you look at our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. 6 out of 6 from behind the arc tonight. If he stops right now, Book, he enters the record book.
Yeah. I don't think he should stop though. He's hardly hitting the rim. He is draining everything he puts up so far tonight.
Well,
so
the school record for three-point percentage, of course, is 100%, set by a couple of guys, the last of which was 6 out of 6. Jawan Smith did that a couple of years ago against Arkansas. The most threes made in a game, Chris Lofton at Georgia back in 06. He knocked down 9. Goins. It is a crazy shooting fest for Tennessee. 12 out of 17.
My goodness.
The record for three-point field goals made by Tennessee is 16. They've done that 4 times. They did it 3 times in 07. Turner, blocking foul. See, now that's a prime example of the new rule. Williams was outside of what that imaginary semicircle would be. But as we go back and look at this 3.
And Melvin Goins. Confidence going up, knocking it home. Yeah, Brian Williams, very good at drawing charges. He does that exceptionally well for Tennessee. Not a great shot blocker, but shuts down the middle by moving his feet, taking charges.
14 and a half to play. Tyler Smith will take a seat. For Woolridge, Williams, McBee, Goins, and Tatum on the floor.
defense from UNC Asheville. Tennessee needs to penetrate into the gaps of this defense to break it down.
And a foul against Woolridge. Barry, let's go back and look at that charge taken by Brian Williams. It's a good way to explain kind of what the situation is with the new block charge rule underneath in the semicircle.
Yeah, Brian Williams stepping out well away from the basket. He was near the block as he took that hit. And my understanding is that you can't be underneath the backboard, can't be underneath the basket. So just a requirement that the defenders move a little bit farther out away from the basket in order to draw a charge this season.
That shot won't go down. Free throws on the way for Turner. That's the third on Woolridge.
Tough stretch there for Ronaldo Woolridge. Woolridge had a turnover and a foul at the other end of it. The ball's gotten a little bit sloppy with their defensive rebounding. But they're up 61.
That is 20 turnovers by Asheville. Bruce Pearl still coaching, boy. You know, he knows it's a long haul. He said it over and over again. He just wants to be better tonight than he was in game 1, and he wants to be better in game 3 than he was in game 2.
And by the end of the year, just continuous improvement throughout the season. This Tennessee club, with their experience, with their ability to shoot the three-point shots that we are seeing tonight, and with their size, this team is looking very, very good.
Nice offensive set. Williams with the flush. Good pass from Woolridge as he flashed into the paint.
And with their unselfishness, I think that's the biggest strength that this ball club is showing tonight.
Tatum with the rebound. Little finger roll for Tatum. He's got 13. Book, he's playing pretty well here in the second half.
Sure is, shooting it well from outside, and that was a really nice drive and finish. Not many quick shots out of the ball tonight, Melvin Goins. That one was real quick.
And Goins gets the basketball. Woolridge, he'll line it up. He'll miss fire.
Good shot there, good penetration by Tatum. Kick out, an easy opportunity for Woolridge, just couldn't get it home.
Last touch by Tennessee. It'll belong to Asheville. 12-11 to go in a 65-point game.
And again, UNC Asheville, no pushover. This is not a trash basketball team that Tennessee is dominating tonight. These Vols are very impressive.
Boy, reverse layup won't go. And rebound to Tatum. Boy, Asheville 6 out of 43 from the field. McKee knocks down the three.
His first of the year.
See if that doesn't get him cranked up. He was 0 for 4 from behind the arc in the opener.
Missed his first couple tonight.
Nice looking jump shot from Stubbs.
Here's another one.
Inside to Chisholm. Missed the dunk. And a foul against Goins. And that'll take us to a timeout. With 11:26 to go in the contest. To say it's all Tennessee would be an understatement.
Do you feel you need a really, really good reason to buy a new car these days? That's why we're giving you one compelling offer and 3 unbeatable reasons.
If this were a horse game, Barry and I'd be out already. We would have E. Tennessee has knocked down 13 threes. They are 34 out of 51 overall from the field, Book. That translates into a 66% mark for the game. I mean, it has been as an effective night shooting the basketball as I have seen in a long, long time.
And I think UNC Asheville has E as well.
It'd be tough to get back, even if you have those. Remember they used to call, they're probably not politically correct anymore, but the death shots, you get 2 free throws, you get a letter back.
Yeah.
Probably not the term to be using in today's society, but that's what we called them in the backyard. I think it's time I introduced my boy Pete, who's 6, to the game of horse.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's time we break it down now.
Yeah.
Now that he can spell horse.
And you better
right.
You better dominate him
right.
while you can, Dave. There will come a day.
Here's Hall out to McBee. Knocked down 1. Misfires on 2. Here's Hall with an offensive rebound. No good. Williams with the rebound. Here's Prim. Off to Dickey. Stevenson, long 3, top of the key. It's good over